How does the Anti-Sicilian lead to isolated pawns? Have you ever wondered how the Anti-Sicilian openings can create isolated pawns? Let's break it down in a simple way. The Anti-Sicilian openings are responses that White uses against the Sicilian defense, which starts with the moves one pawn to e4 and one pawn to c5. This defense is known for being aggressive and complex, giving Black many chances to counterattack. In contrast, the Anti-Sicilian aims to simplify the game and steer clear of the sharp lines, typical of the main Sicilian variations. First, let's clarify what an isolated pawn is. An isolated pawn is a pawn that stands alone on its file, meaning it has no pawns of the same color on the adjacent files. This situation can be both a weakness and a strength. On one hand, isolated pawns can provide mobility and control of the center. On the other hand, they can become easy targets for the opponent's pieces. In the Anti-Sicilian, White often plays moves that avoid the main lines of the Sicilian defense. This can lead to pawn exchanges that create isolated pawns. For example, if White plays pawn to d4 and Black responds by capturing with pawn to c takes d4, White might choose not to recapture with a pawn. This decision can lead to an isolated pawn structure if Black captures with a pawn. A more common situation arises when White allows Black to take on d4, resulting in an isolated pawn for White. This can happen when White focuses on quick development and central control with pieces instead of pawns. The idea is to use bishops and other pieces to put pressure on Black's position, compensating for the potential weakness of the isolated pawn. Players who use the Anti-Sicilian often do so to avoid the heavy theoretical burden of the main Sicilian lines. By allowing or creating isolated pawns, White can prioritize rapid development and control of key squares with pieces. This approach can be especially effective for those who prefer strategic play over complex tactical battles. Understanding how Anti-Sicilian openings lead to isolated pawns helps players make informed choices about their strategy. It highlights the importance of piece development and central control in chess openings, even when accepting potential pawn weaknesses. So, the next time you face the Anti-Sicilian, keep an eye on those isolated pawns and how they can shape the game.